You arrive quietly in a small hospital in Pennsylvania, long before anyone knows your name will shake the entire music industry. You don't know it yet, but the moment you're born, your life is already moving toward something larger than you can understand, not because of destiny, but because of pressure, the kind that never lets go once it starts tightening. You grow up on a Christmas tree farm, surrounded by quiet fields and early mornings that feel endless. Your childhood is calm, but your world is not. You are different from the kids around you. You write, you observe, you memorize emotions before you're old enough to explain them. By the time you're 10, you're singing at festivals and local events, standing in front of people who don't know what to do with a kid who acts like an adult trying to prove something. At 11, you carry a demo tape to Nashville. It doesn't carry you. You're rejected by every label you walk into. No one slows down long enough to see what you might become. They tell you you're too young, too unpolished, too early. They tell you to come back later, but later isn't something they remember. Only you do. Your family moves states so you can chase something that hasn't even promised you anything. You're 13 when a man teaches you a few guitar chords, and your entire life bends around the sound of them. You practice until your fingers split, until the tips ache, until pain becomes routine. Eventually, you play well enough that labels stop ignoring you. But when you finally sign a deal, you learn the truth. This world doesn't want you to be talented. It wants you to be useful. Your first album makes you a rising name in country music, but rising doesn't mean safe. Every song you release becomes a piece of you you'll never get back. Every lyric becomes an entry point for strangers who believe they know more about your life than you do. And the higher you climb, the more people wait for you to fall. You're 17 when you release Teardrops on My Guitar. You're 18 when you become famous enough that you stop being a person and start becoming a headline. Interviews don't ask how you are. They ask who you're dating. They ask what went wrong. They ask why your emotions sell so well. Then you turn 19, and the world broadcasts the moment it tries to humiliate you. You're standing on the MTV VMA stage holding your first award. It's supposed to be a victory you worked your entire childhood for. But before you can even finish a sentence, someone else walks in, takes the microphone out of your hand, and tells the world someone else deserved it more. You stand there, frozen, while a stadium full of people watches you process something no teenager should ever be forced to understand. Humiliation, when broadcast, becomes permanent. The internet doesn't let go of moments like that. Neither does the industry. You keep working anyway, because that's what you do. Albums, tours, interviews. Each cycle pushes you higher, but also pulls something from you. Privacy fractures, friendships break. Your dating life becomes public property. Every person you see becomes a rumor. Every breakup becomes a punchline. Then your own masters, your entire past, are sold without your permission. Years of work traded like an object. Songs you wrote at a kitchen table. Lyrics pulled from the lowest points of your life. All the things that made you who you are now belong to someone else. Not because you chose it, but because someone else had the power and used it. Losing ownership of your own art isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's the silence after a door closes you never opened. You re-record everything, not out of spite, but survival. You build your catalog back piece by piece, recreating what you already created, fighting a system designed to crush anyone who doesn't comply. And while you rebuild, millions of people watch, judge, discuss, assume, and interpret. Your life becomes a cycle of visibility that never ends. You walk through crowds with cameras in every direction. Every gesture is analyzed. Every expression becomes content. Every expression becomes a theory. You lose the right to have a bad day. You lose the right to be wrong. You lose the right to be quiet. Normal becomes a word that only applies to the past. You enter your 30s with more power than almost anyone in the music industry. Stadiums sell out before you even announce the show. Cities reshape their economies around your tour dates. You become the highest-grossing female touring artist in history. Your influence hits countries, markets, governments, technology, fashion, and culture. But influence isn't freedom. The bigger you become, the less space there is to be human. A stranger films you ordering food. Cameras watch you walking to your car. People track your plane, your locations, your friends, your relationships. Millions of eyes that expect something from you at all times. And when you try to disappear for a year, the world spends the entire time demanding that you return. You create the Eras Tour, a show so massive it becomes an economic event. Fans fly across the world, camp outside stadiums, spend hours fighting through ticket queues, and cry just being in the same building as you. You perform 3-hour sets multiple nights a week, burning through your voice, body, and energy. You give everything you have, repeatedly, while the world watches for cracks. You are loved by millions, but also targeted by millions. You are praised and criticized for the same actions. You are idolized and dissected in equal measure. You are celebrated, but never left alone. This is the truth no one wants to say out loud. Becoming Taylor Swift means achieving everything people dream of while losing everything they take for granted. Privacy, safety, normalcy, mistakes, silence, space to breathe. Your success is bigger than music, bigger than pop culture, bigger than any one person should ever be asked to carry. But you carry it anyway, because you always have. And if you want to understand why it sucks to become Taylor Swift, you only need to look at the life behind the spotlight. The life built on pressure, sacrifice, scrutiny, and the cost of greatness. A cost most people never see, but one you've lived in every day.